What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So I've wanted to talk about this for a little while. The reworked Bond of Stoneborn pact is actually not as trash as everybody said it would be. There's a few different things that I've kind of just bundled together in this video, but we're going to start with why support Ashe has a 70% win rate in Challenger ELA right now. It's not just Stoneborn pact, by the way. Remember the new Korean build on Ashe is kind of to do with that as well. First off, about Stoneborn pact, right? It's 5% of max health, which is okay, but any crowd control marks a target for 4 seconds, which is actually quite a long time in a team fight. Hitting a marked enemy heals someone for 5 plus 2.5% of your maximum health over 2 seconds. In practice, by the way, you actually heal for 40% straight away of that and 60% over the 2 seconds, so it's not that bad for heavier attack speed builds either. With Ashe, you permanently apply this with your volley and your auto attack, so it means that anybody you ever attack in the game will always be healing your teammates as well. To me, that's pretty broken. It might not seem that bad, but actually, if you imagine they had some new patch notes and Ashe was reworked and a passive included, anybody who attacks your target you've hit will heal themselves. That seems pretty ridiculous. This is not just why it's so good though. Ardent Censer actually applies on Stoneborn pact as well. Ardent Censer gives us 10% better healing anyway, and when we heal, we grant people up to 35% attack speed and 35 on hit health still. The Stoneborn pact heal technically, like mechanically, is actually coming from you, as if you are directly healing them yourself. So when you have Censer and pact together, every time somebody hits your target, the marked enemy, they heal for 5 plus 2.5% of your maximum health. Plus for the next 6 seconds, they're going to steal 35 more health per hit and have 35% more attack speed. That is to everybody who hits the marked target as well. So imagine you're playing like Kog'Maw or Caitlyn, for example, right? Your support Ashe attacks somebody, slows them, then you attack, and suddenly you heal back like 50 health per hit together, and you attack faster as well. Your W volley is already marking multiple targets, so what if we actually got a Runins as well on Ashe? That's slowing 3 targets now. All 3 are going to be marked, and anyone who hits any of those 3 starts to heal and attack faster. This is getting close to a team-wide Ardent Censer buff now, and you can kind of understand why it's so good. Now we're kind of getting more into the Korean Ashe build. You don't really have to play Ashe as an AD to get a lot of benefits out of that build, especially with Black Cleaver and Runins. Ardent Censer and Stoneborn are going to provide a ton of healing and attack speed to your AD carry, but now with the Cleaver, you can reduce their target's armor by 30% as well. Remember, your Q applies 5 stacks, so basically at the start of a fight, you're letting your AD carry do a ton more damage. It's very similar to how Misfortune support works, except she uses her ultimate for that. The ultimate applies it quickly and to multiple people, so AoE armor shred, exactly what Ashe can do with her Q and Runins. That is basically your core on support Ashe and why it works. Ardent Censer is giving 35% free attack speed and on hit health steal to anybody who attacks the same target as you. Black Cleaver is almost 30% instant armor reduction, which is amazing on a heavy AD team, and then eventually Runins. That just makes everything area of effect onto everyone, so AoE armor shred, AoE slows to apply AoE Stoneborn pact and Censer. Maybe this isn't going to be the best in every single meta, but it seems pretty perfect right now. Crit AD carries, or at least auto attack based AD carries, are really strong right now, like really good. You make it so they do a crap ton more damage. There's no need for them to buy arm penners early because you provide it, so you save them gold for their core build. You heal them, they attack faster, which is better kiting, and they shred tanks, and that's all for free. That is just item wise as well. Ashe can slow whoever is chasing the AD carry. Like imagine giving every AD in the game Ashe's slow passive to kite with. Imagine chasing a Kalista when you're slowed by Ashe. That's not going to be fun. She can arrow to engage and catch people, which is amazing for fighting 2v2. She can poke with the W in lane, so it's actually not that bad. She can even scout out ganks and in theory never face check like most supports because she checks with her E first. It's even better Baron control as well. The issue mainly about Ashe support before was that other supports could do more in team fights, but now with this build, that's definitely not true. That is pretty much support Ashe in a nutshell and why it's got such a good win rate in Challenger, but there are some obvious downsides, like you're immobile, you're easy to kill, you're low health. I think if you play smart though, you use your arrow to engage, you can play it like Misfortune and why that works and do an even better job of it. Now let's go on to some general pact stuff though. So this is why Nunu has seen a massive spike up in win rate so far. Blood Boil is 45% attack speed. Ice Blast slows his E, by the way, for 60% and reduces attack speed by 25%. Ice Blast has a 4-second cooldown rank 5 and Stoneborn's pact lasts 4 seconds. So that means you can permanently keep the pact mark active on someone by snowballing over and over. In this meta of auto-attacking AD carries, that's pretty dumb to 1, counter the enemy AD on their team like they can't attack or kite as fast, and number 2, you majorly buff your AD carry's damage output. This is also where the Ardent Censer can come in a bit more as well. Like that's already really good, but Censer makes it better. The synergy between Censer and pact is not just for Ashe. With Nunu, you're now going to be giving 80% attack speed, which is double a Runin's Hurricane, by the way. They're going to heal for 5 plus 2.5% of your maximum health, which is more than Ashe because he stacks defense anyway, plus 35 extra from from Censer. That is all while reducing the enemy AD carry damage output, their attack speed, and slowing them, plus you deal 240 damage base plus 90% of your AP per snowball every 4 seconds. Actually, it's less than that with cooldown reduction as well, so it's even more damage and slows. You throw in a locket for a big shield, redemption for a massive heal, or maybe Nunu jungle. You have way more health on Nunu jungle, way more defense, and it's just a massive frontline for your AD carry. I honestly think Nunu support could actually come back with this setup, just like what Ashe is doing right now. He is really strong if you build him correctly. There are a lot of champions who could do this though and abuse the synergy actually. Like, what about Gragas, for example? You have your Q slow, E knockback, your ultimate knockback. They all apply Stoneborn Pact. We haven't really touched on it, but Censer gives a good amount of AP, cooldown reduction, mana regen, and even makes his healing from his passive better. Even without the buff it gives, it's actually a really strong item anyway, so it's not that bad to invest in it for just like personal reasons, just for the champion you're playing. What about Brand as well? Well, actually it's kind of like Rylai's. Any champion who can do AoE damage and apply the Rylai slow would be doing exactly the same thing if you purchase an Ardent Censer. The thing is, before, Ardent Censer was a really strong item on its own, but it could only be used by a few champions really. With Pact now, that's actually not true. It opens up a ton of other champions who might not normally be a good support or doesn't like directly have a heal in their kit to actually be way more viable. I think once everybody catches on to this, we're going to see a ton more random support picks, and all because of this synergy, but they're going to be random but still actually pretty good. That's basically it for today. This might not be meta yet, but I reckon pretty soon actually. Thanks for watching until the end, and for now, let's go to the robots.